too short. Everybody's all, I guess. No rain to make the grass grow, and it's too cold now for it to grow if it was wet.
My first connection to LaRussell was riding on a school bus, and your grandpa rode that same school bus. That's how I got connected to LaRussell.
The city was platted in 1903. It had a hotel and a livery stable and a machinery dealer, lumber yard. There was 3 grocery stores, 2 doctors, a drugstore, and a saloon, and of course the mail office, post office, and 1 machinery deal. Leif Burke sold case. Like he said, it was a going place for a while. Town of LaRussell grew, and then it fizzled down to what it is now, which is still a good place to live.
I learned a lot. I didn't know very much about animal nutrition. Certainly, I don't know as much now as your papa does.
You know, about 1950, our family moved a quarter of a mile toward LaRussell. I remember one night, I think I was maybe a sophomore in high school. In the middle of the night, Mom woke me up at about 2 o'clock in the morning and said, the town's on fire. And I jumped up and went and looked out the window, and it just looked like the whole world was burning back towards LaRussell. The business district of LaRussell was comprised of about 4 store buildings on the west side of the street. These buildings on the west side of the street were made out of primarily brick walls, but they had wood for roof and floors and walls and what have you on the inside, and they had caught fire. They all burned to the ground completely. That was in 1960. My father, he had bought a building on the east side of the street. Well, they didn't burn, but after the feed store burned there on the west side of the street, we had no feed business in LaRussell, and it didn't seem like the people that had it were interested in rebuilding. So my father went around and talked to the area farmers, asked them if they would be interested in buying feed from him if he was to open a feed store. So he started handling some feed to sell in this feed store. I worked in the feed store for all through high school, and we had a store made a go of it, and it's still going right now. Jerry and I guess after I got out of high school, a couple of years, we got married.
In '76, they asked if we would like to buy into the feed store. And we thought about it and talked about it, and we talked with his brother to see about his interest, and decided yes we would. Brother did not want to, so we bought half of it in '76, made payments for a long time, until Grandpa got sick. I think that may have been '84, and then we bought the other half. And we've been there ever since.
I was out of business, lost my contracts, everything, but still managed to get the flag. And I started in '99, working for Champ Collie, and a friend of mine came up with the idea of it, Rocky Artem. And after 6 months, I bought him out. I thought I'd make more money on my own. I still had that small mill. And then I bought that mill in 2009. And I was sawing outside of Sarcoxy for Mid-America Hardwood. And I lost that contract over there. Everywhere I'd been, I always had to move, so I decided this time I'd just build me a building and start here. So after spending all the money I had, herd of cattle, the whole thing, I bought the land, built the building. I saw for Missouri walnut. The reason I always do the custom cutting, you never know when you could lose that contract. 'Cause there was a time when that's all I made my money off of, was just custom cut.
We made a lot of changes. It's not even the same business as it was then. We have people who drive quite a distance past other feed stores to come to us. And I think, I truly believe that's because of our reputation to be very honest and to do at least what we say and try to do more. We've had lots of good employees, John and Ray and Tammy. They're all very good. John worked for somebody else for a couple of years, and then he came back. He's been there ever since. Tammy's been with us, I don't know how long, 10 years maybe? I think we have had no employee that's been better. None.
I grew up kind of rough like that. I had to learn how to do stuff with my hands because I didn't have a good education and everything like that. I've been doing this body work since I was probably 19 off and on. But I kind of like doing my own business. I'm no boss on you like Freddie. It's a full-time job, doing it all. It can take up to 6 months to a year to do one like this. I just got through doing this one, and this one probably wouldn't have took probably a month to do. But it's just I've had to tear it all the way down and everything like that. But I just got parts scattered everywhere in here. Everybody wonders how I can remember how to put them back there, but I guess it's just good memory, I guess. So.
Yeah. What do you think about your life in LaRussell, guys?
10.
You say it's been a worthwhile place to live?
Yes. I've been a lot of places. This is the best place I know of.
You know, old Frank Langston, well into his 80s. Frank's wife is deceased and has been probably 10 years. At their 50th wedding anniversary, they have 3 children, and at their 50th wedding anniversary celebration, 20 years ago or whatever, 25, all 3 of those grown children came to me at separate times and thanked us for having that place over there where those old men could get together out of the house, out from under Mom's feet. You'd get together and build a fire and sit there and play dominoes and talk and have a good time. Each child, individually, separately, different times, came to me with that thank you. So I that's something nice about all of them too, you know. It seems to me really that we have more younger customers now than we did maybe 10 years ago. We actually have some people coming in now, they're children, but who are 4th generation. 2 stories come to mind, and one of them is Nate Everts. And Nate is mid-30s now, and he began coming in with his grandpa and his daddy when he could walk. One day, Nate was standing by his dad, and he was pretty shy. And he was just 2 or 2.5 or along in there, but very, very bright, talked very early, and he kept pulling on his dad's pant leg. And Dave was, just talking with everybody, and Nate kept pulling on it, looking up there. And finally, David bent over and said, "What is it, Nate? What do you want?" And Nate said, "Dad, when we gonna shoot the bull?" David had said, "We're going to Whitehead and shoot the bull for a while." Nate, "Dad, when we gonna shoot the bull?" And one of my very favorite parts of the whole thing has to been watch the children grow. Watch the children grow up, and then they marry, and then watch their children. That has been maybe the biggest, probably the biggest pleasure. Just pleasure, joy, watching that. I don't know how many hundreds and hundreds of people we have on our customer list now, and how many there have been over the years that have either moved away or, passed on, whatever. I wouldn't know how many. many, many hundreds and hundreds. And I can about count on one hand the people that were really obnoxious, you know, hard to deal with. We have been very, very fortunate with dealing with good people and pleasant people for many years. And it's been good working with your grandpa for the most part. You know, a lot of people think that's hard, 24 hours a day. And I don't think we found it as hard as people claim that it is. Well, we've done it for how many years is it? From 76 to 12, 86, 96, 06, 37 years?
No, I haven't been around a great deal. My daughters lived in several big cities over the years, and we got to go visit them. And while I really enjoy seeing the history and the things in the big cities and the people and all the fine things to do and everything, it's really good to come home to the simple life and quieter life here at LaRussell, Missouri. Just a little old town. I guess that's about all I know about it.